Well, hey there, it is Joe with Sonically Disruptive here with a big album review. Big album review for me because this has been a favorite band of mine for years. Like, way back, 89, that far back. Now, it is the legendary King's X are about to release 3 Sides of One on September 2nd, so coming up in just about a week now. And it's via Inside Out Music. Now, it's been 14 years since the previous release. This could have been released probably in 2020 if things would have worked out right, but they didn't, because this was recorded in 2019, I believe, and it took considerably longer for the mixing and mastering and all the bells and whistles to be put on. But all that aside, it is about ready to come out. There's been 2 singles so far, Let It Rain and Give It Up. So if you're a fan of the band, you've heard those 2 songs. The rest of the album is, well, there's 10 other songs because there's 12 songs to this record. All songs are fairly short. There's only one that reaches 6 minutes, and that is number 3, Nothing But the Truth. And all in all, this album is... Now, before I get started, let me preface this by saying I'm not a early King's X music snob. I really enjoyed their later material. Their last 3 albums I thought were all very good. But after listening to this, I've come to the realization, if I could use a car analogy quick, those last 3 albums were more base model. You know, it had everything you needed. They were nice. They were good. This album feels like fully loaded. Like all the bells and whistles, every little nuance and every little thing. It just feels more cared for, more well thought out. And it is a true joy to listen to. I think it was Ty said in an interview, the question was kind of what this new album sounds like, what album this is more like. And I think his answer was something like, it doesn't sound like any album we've done before, and yet it sounds just like King's X. And that's probably the best way I can describe this, because those things are true. Like, this doesn't sound like other King's X, but at the same time, it does. And it's weird. Now, if you're looking for a musical genre, what genre of music is this? It is King's X. And they have their own genre of music. Ever since they came out. Just their own thing. Call it whatever you will. It's just King's X. And it's the only band and the only music that sounds like this. So, after Let It Rain comes Flood Part 1. I have a complaint with this song already. It's too short. It feels like just when you're getting into it, it's over. I really hope there's a part 2 because I want to hear it. I love that song though. It is so good. It's got heaviness and then it's got strings and it's so cool. I love the sound, the tone of that. Nothing But the Truth. You have a very classic King's X kind of ballad, kind of in the lines of maybe Summerland, or what's the one off from 4 I'm thinking of? Big Picture. Kind of along those lines, but it's a very kind of soulful. There's a little in the chorus parts and in the backing vocals. There's just a touch of maybe old Hall & Oates in there. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but I am. Anyway, great song. The end of that, the last 2 minutes, is one of Ty's greatest solos he's ever done. It is fantastic, man. The tones here throughout the whole album, the guitar tone is great. The bass tone, oh, it kills. The bass this may be the best Doug's bass has sounded ever. It is fantastic throughout this whole record. And Jerry's drums, they snap. They're snappy, punchy, and it's just a great mix all around. But that's a great song. Give It Up, All God's Children. Maybe my favorite on here is just so dirgy and slow and heavy, and then it's so beautiful, and it's just got these elements that they do so well. But it's just, the guitar in there sounds like it is just huge and just heavy, and very Black Sabbath in that riff. Great song though, love it so much. Take the Time. Now we got Jerry, and that is a gorgeous song. Really, really beautiful. You'll hear it when you hear it, and it's a great song. I don't know if I'm going to run down all these for you. I don't want to spoil any surprises, but you got some more surprises here. You got some modern, almost djenty things going on here in Swipe Up and Flood Part 1. These feel more modern in their kind of approach and less standard song structure. Although they do have it, but it's kind of a loose structure on both of those. Love both of those though. Those are kind of your heavy moments here. Festival, you got just a straight out fun rocker by Ty. And you got a couple more Jerry tracks here, which are excellent. Watcher is so good, and it ends with a very Beatlesque song, which I'm not a Beatles fan. There's always been the question, Stones or Beatles. Those were all kind of way before my time. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm a young pup or anything, because I'm not, but I'm like neither please. I'll take neither one of those. For some reason though, I've always loved King's X, and I understand there's a huge Beatles thing going on there. And Everywhere is a song that when I first listened to it, I'm like, it's not my favorite. It sounds too Beatle-y. But that's the song that stuck in my head, and I kept singing and kept repeating over and over, as do much of these, but that song just stuck in my head for some reason, even though it wasn't my favorite. But it's a great song, and I do enjoy it very much now. But all in all, I think this album is just one hell of a musical statement. It's only like 45 minutes. It goes by in a flash, and there's not a moment to skip here. Each song is beautiful. You have the 3-part harmonies all over almost every song here. They're in there. All these nuanced backing vocals. Some songs like She Called Me Home have these haunting, beautiful background vocals underneath it almost the entire way through. You got everything that you would want from this band wrapped up in a very fresh feeling album, and you got some great riffage and some great soloing by Ty. Jerry has his groove and swagger all over this, and Doug, like I said before, the bass tone is killer on this whole record. Jesus, it just makes me really hope there's more, because I love this band. And another thing, listening to this album made me realize how much I've missed new King's X material. But this entire album is terrific. It's got a great mix of heaviness and the melodic nature, and your kind of lighter moments, your experimental moments. Everything you would want from this band is all in this album. So if you're a King's X fan, you're not going to miss it. You're getting it as soon as you can, obviously. But if anybody's curious, this is an album to check out and buy. Buy this album. Got to support bands like this, man. They've been going for so long, and they're so loved by their fans that they must be supported. So yeah, go out and buy this album in any form you can. Support the band, and you're going to hear some of the best music that you'll hear all year. So, without a doubt. Anyway, that is it. King's X, 3 Sides of One, and like I said, fantastic album from start to finish. Thank you very much for watching. See you.